right, we're gonna hop right on board with Shroud. Shroud EFC, see what he can pull off. One team in the wings here, and that's gonna be team number 3, which is actually one of the squads that I'm also somewhat familiar with. It's gonna be team Beep Beep, and these guys are part of a group of 6 that are actually split into 2 teams here today. That's gonna be Beep Beep and team Cold Front, and there's some of the best players in the NA region, so we might get to see one of the top teams go up against Shroud right off the bat.
Yeah, and something to note, not sure where Justin is, so it's just going to be the 2 former Cloud9 members duking it out here, as Shroud has already found somebody, taken some shots, and has given away his position. Space Blunt trying to get lit up right now. Shroudy trying to make that happen. I can't say Shroudy just because it's Shroudy, but it's Shroud trying to make that happen.
Rowdy Shroudy.
Rowdy Shroudy.
Yeah, Justin is missing. We are running a very tight schedule here. You either make it into the game at the time that we are going to start the game, or you don't make it in. So I'm not sure what happened there. Probably didn't make it in by the timer.
Something to note from the just the map perspective, Shroud and Skadoodle are very, very close to outside the safe area, and so they're gonna have to take a long rotation around the corner of the map until we figure out where the Ashen Eye Hurricane will.
By any means, I mean it's Shroud, Skadoodle, and Justin. I mean these guys can shoot. They can shoot with the best of them. World-class FPS players. Unfortunately, they started the match with only 2 players. They didn't have all 3 players in the match in time for the start.
So immediately spawning in with Shroud, and this time
all
his
3
teammates with him. Oh. BMX. He was doing hardcore parkour and then had to put the bike away. But multiple teams spawned right here, and there are multiple contenders. Rec Room Gaming is here in this area, as well as my most famous. And now Shroud getting shot early. Oh no! Is this how game number 2 is going to start? He's using the trash can, but I don't think his teammates are anywhere nearby to help him out. Zilix popping Shroud to start this one off. That Dad Games and the rest of Rec Room Gaming might be picking him off early. And it doesn't.
All right, on board with Shroud. Can he make it past and into the Team 19 spot? We're going to find out. He's in one of the hottest spots on the map currently, Team 12 and Team 2. He is in the same area as the Noble, our current overall leader.
And CXN, which actually had a big round that last game, Atlas, Erebus, and Xenocidal. I believe that they made 4 moves on up and have themselves in 8th place. So again, not any teams to sleep on here quite yet. But again, I don't think we've seen Shroud at his true form. 0 kills, no points. He'll be all right. Things will be going here in a second.
All right, we need a higher placement than 16th. We just want to see improvement. That's all I'm looking for.
I want an elim. I want a knock.
I want an elim and at least 15th.
All right. We're setting goals.
We're setting goals. We're going to ease them into it. We'll ease them into the Rring of Elysium here and the Ashen Eye. However, I don't think Noble will be quite as kind, and it does look like the teammates of Shroud are moving up to take that battle to Noble. So Shroud versus our #1 team. Who's going to come out on top?
Guess we'll find out as Shroud picking up some equipment in the locations. We saw this barn be used a lot, and he's actually going to play anchor and play in the back here and start shooting back towards CHN1. Land a couple of shots, but he is alone yet again. And he does have multiple bogeys working his way. Atlas rotating on in, and it does look like Justin's going to join him. And so a 1v2. Skadoodle still playing a little bit more forward and watching Noble.
That's El Doodak.
El Doodad.
El Doodax.
El Doodax will be watching the forward, but Shroud able to get his first knock. And there's 1 member down. Xenocidal has gone and fallen first. Shroud trying to work his way through. Justin has been knocked, so now Skadoodle running on in. Atlas low, forced to be knocked, but now Shroud's getting shot from behind as well. Will he be able to pick up this final kill? Yes, he does, and Team Shroud able to finally get on the board. It does cost 1 member. Justin has fallen, but good start here by Shroud.
One thing I saw there, the aggression, great. They moved as a team. Unfortunately, the first one out the door caught a lot of lead, ended up getting eliminated. But the call-outs, you could see it. When Shroud got that first elim and he came out the door, he knew exactly where he was. The teammate told him where he was, came out with the pre-fire, already checking that corner. Right on board with Shroud off the start here. And it does look like they switched their spawn up. All 3 of them are together, but Shroud immediately already being aggressive, making the push. He's very close to Team 15. we'll see if this close-range combat, if they can make it through another one of these unscathed.
And hopefully he will. This is one of the funner parts of the park. It's the circus Ferris wheel area, as Shroud has now found at least one member of team number 15, Rec Room Gaming. Fury has been tagged just a bit, but will stay alive as Shroud in one of these bulletproof tents. That's always fun.
Bulletproof tents, it's a thing. They're out there. It's all that material, it's Kevlar.
So Shroud working his way on through and heads to Gabby's favorite part of the park. It's the bike park, and he's going to loot on up here, relative safe. Again, they know that it's just one team spread out here now that they've scoped out the area, and should be all right. He wants to use something else other than his original MP5. Oh, he's got himself the sniper.
Got himself a silent sniper there. See if he can end up making use of it. I mean, again, if there's going to be somebody out here that can make shots with a sniper, Shroud and Skadoodle are probably two of the best. Still just hanging out here. Well, I mean, why isn't the bike out right now?
I know.
You're not going to be shooting somebody. You might as well be doing tricks.
Love this Ferris whale. That's so
I think
punny.
It's impossible to not like a Ferris whale.
I feel like it's one of, you talked about it, one of those things that gets lost in translation with the coding team. Hey, pieces that you're able to use with utility. As Shroud was able to connect against R9 Fury. So Fury forced to kind of hide a little bit for the Rec Room Gaming boys. But Shroud will continue to try to get that angle and land some shots, as looks like Justin and Skadoodle are starting to run a bit closer to him.
Not quite close enough for them to feel comfortable taking these shots yet, but again, they are doing this separation.
Fortunately, they just haven't been able to get it done.
Yeah. Trying to get in and get some fights. They've gotten a couple elims now, so they have some points on the board. But a lot of these fights in the very early game, this is probably from round 1 or round 2, are just out in the open. So that was round 1. Here's round 2. Again, he's separated from his teammate, kind of relying on his gun skill to hopefully carry him through, but he's in a 1v2 situation, and he's currently looking at a player that's not engaged with him, and he gets caught out by the guy on the left. So again, once they got together, though, they ended up getting some elims once they started playing as a team. So if they can continue to play as a team and stay in those engagements, I think they're going to be fine. We saw it in the previous match where they kind of started getting things going. Like to see a little bit more of that. Maybe get some good team fights mid-range in that mid-game. Maybe get involved in the Ash battles, maybe.
Yeah, and again, I think this is the perfect range for him here in this gunfight against Gino. It's just uphill against.
All right, so at the last minute there, Noble did make the swap, shifted everybody into Ocean Park. So Noble is in play right in the same area as Shroud and the boys, along with team number 15, that Rec Room Gaming squad. See which one of these guys can walk out of Ocean Park alive.
Yeah, and again, where the Ashen Eye spawns is going to be huge. Like, that's going to tell so much of the story of, will Shroud and everyone that stayed at Ocean Park be all right, or will it become difficult for them to rotate on in? And again, this early looting part, it's good, it's nice, friendly. This is much friendlier than last game compared to when Shroud just went straight at him and started shooting.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit tighter here, though, this time. Now that there's 3 teams instead of 2, and Noble being that team that is willing to be aggressive, they know the map very, very well. They get on target really quickly. I expect to see these guys taking an aggressive stance here and trying to get some early elims. Right now, Shroud and them are separated out. They're going to be able to just kind of freely loot at the moment. They've got one of the farthest distances to travel to make it to the zone. So you don't want to get stuck in this fight for too long unless you're cleaning up and taking all the oxygen from the other team.
That's right. And now I think this is one of those cases where, hey, you haven't taken damage yet, but you know you have to cross the water. You've got to get this kill, as Shroud taking a bit of chunk damage there against Blitzen. Again, this is the number 1 team going up against team number 1. Mikey Snipey has already been chopped, but that's Justin getting countered right on back. Hershey doing a good job covering his fallen comrade. Now it's just the 2 former Cloud9 men, Skadoodle and Shroud, going head-to-head here.
Full elimination on Justin puts it into a 3v2 situation. Hershey's going to have the opportunity to pick Mikey Snipey back up. Again, they're close enough to play support. Shroud going to step out to try and go and take the press. Gets taken out by Blitzen from above. Blitzen, the big damage hit from Skadoodle, but Well, we're going to find out right now. Hopping straight on board with Shroudy once again. Doesn't seem to have anybody in his immediate vicinity, but right across the way there, team's already throwing down. Adros is taking out Ricket, Aquaman, Impact Streets, all getting elims.
That was very quickly. And this resort area has a lot of like cabanas and outdoor spaces, so an interesting little...
It's like overwater cabanas. They're very nice.
They're very nice. I would stay here for sure. The issue is, once you go further out there, there's only one way back in, and you can kind of get gate kept just a bit by the rest of the resort.
These things are like honeymoon suites. Is Shroud like alluding to something for B-Nans?
Yeah, that's it right
That's
there.
what it is. That's what it is. B-Nans, make sure he takes you somewhere nice whenever that day comes.
He's asking Skadoodle. This is where we should go. This is how we should.
Skadoodle's the best man.
Spend our streaming money.
There you go.
Recreate this area.
Just recreate it all of it.
So Shroud got himself the Groza, solid weapon. Again, it's so funny to see these weapons in all the different types of BRs and then try to get used to how this works and the recoil, and Nazi now has the AK, and just trying to adjust per game because each one's different. And Groza and other games, one of those kill weapons. Not the case here. It's a great gun, but not the same.
It's one of those guns that I'm never comfortable with in games. Whenever it has that like lifted sight rail, it takes up enough of my screen that it kind of messes with my eye. Like I can't really use the FAMAS in any games either. They're just I mean, they're very cool. Full wipe there coming out of Cosmic as they take out. I think that was Impact.
Yeah. Took out the Impact boys, so Shroud now ready to get aggressive here.
It just showed that there was players that were eliminated on the map. I think I caught in the mini-map. Shroud squad, Shroud himself didn't get the elim, but it does look like they got a team wipe. So, leaders, Mikey Snipey there. Still in the same spot that we left them last. We'll check back in with them again. Back on board with Shroud as he comes in to get involved as the third party. Space Blunt's last one left alive for his squad. 2 guys left up on Team 16.
Yeah, and that's not what you want if you're Beep Beep. Again, you're the one that's trying to catch Team Noble, and losing 2 members to a team not ranking as highly in UEU, OEO. Again, we know that the firepower is there for this squad, but Space Blunt's forced to back up. But Shroud, 3 members up, tries to get the Kobe. Able to get the nade on into the room, so Sunny doing a decent job staying away from the explosive radius. Stays alive, but Slev now on.
Heal up. So it's still worth most of the time to take those shots if you can just kind of harass and eat up all of those bandages. And Shroud's team out in the open there. Justin just getting torn apart there. Skadoodle right next to him. See if he's able to help him out. Shroud not able to really provide the cover. No line of sight on that Team 16.
Yeah, wants to get those shots down, but not able to. Now Detailed getting knocked from a little bit further away by Sunny G, and Shroud might just book it back into the zone, say, hey, you know what, guys? You guys didn't listen to the call. I got to run back into the zone.
Look at the oxygen level on him, though. He comes into the zone. I'm pretty sure he's going to immediately have the marker on him. He will become that O2 king. I don't know if Hershey has as much O2.
Teams that's had some difficulties. Impact Gaming, the team that you saw just take down Noble. My most famous, I think, is also still up as well, and just somewhere else across the map. And so Zero Chill as well, trying to work their way on in. But again, we'll keep an eye on some of those top contenders as well as our featured streamer, as Justin now has been knocked. Shroud the only one alive. We've told this story multiple times. Skadoodle able to crawl his way to safety, but Adro getting aggressive. Shroud knows it, tries to take his peeks here. Oh, on top of the roof is one of the members. He's worried. Adro now knows. Oh, but Shroud's able to pick up the kill and lives with 1 HP. Finally, we get to see Shroud, and he gets taken down. Oh, boy.
Congrats to them. There's nothing I can say. I got nothing bad to say.
Yeah.
I'm most famous coming in that number 2 spot, and Zero Chill with number 3. And for those of you that missed out on yesterday, our European champions were No Recoil in the number 1 spot, followed by
Envy Me to clean it up. Beep Beep, Cold Front, Instinct, and Noble. So I think those 4 are the teams that we expected. I think Rec Room Gaming